I've just seen this in the back. Oh, when the camera's on, then I want to change things. Then I want the place to look a bit nicer. The bed's a mess as well. Alright, anyway. You know what this will do? There you go. That actually feels really comfortable. My coccyx feels uncomfortable, but I can just put my hand there for 100%. Let me just use my sock on the floor. Scrunch that up. That's made it worse. Ah, there you go. When it's flat out, it's better. Okay. Right. Today, this video, this is filmed on day 7 of the 2-week transitioning period. The phone's on charge on 2%, and even though that's the case, I still think it's time to make a video. It's not healthy to be using things on charge, but I've been doing it for I don't even know how long, for as long as I can remember, years. I think the habit probably started when I was using the laptop on charge. That's when I do it. I probably, no, honestly I probably do, no, I did it on both the laptop and the phone. It wasn't more the laptop than the other, it was both. That's an unhealthy habit I'm going to have to undo as a part of really leveling up in a small way, which will then compound and allow me to level up in a big way. We'll get there eventually, which very smoothly leads me on to the main topic of the video. I wanted to structure this video in a way where I talk about what I've managed to achieve in the space of 5 months and how I'd like to improve in the space of 5 months. I think things changed big time when I created the what if I put my head down for 3 months. It's been 2 months and 8 days since I filmed that video, and now look at where we're at. We're in a transitioning period where I am starting to make things extremely clear and concrete. I'm starting to actually really understand not only what I want to do, but how I want to go about things. I've got plans and I've got deadlines, which I didn't have before. That what if I just put my head down video. I thought of, oh yeah, throughout the year, I called them LTPs, long-term plans. And this was the last year I was doing this. I was thinking, oh, throughout this year, I'm gonna do this and that and this and that. I didn't follow that plan. But without it, I wouldn't be in a position today where I've actually made it extremely concrete. It being understanding what I want to do and when I want to do all of these things by. Actually, no. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it rolling. What have I achieved? I've managed to basically completely change as a person, drastically change as a person in the space of 5 months. I've had that stimulus from somewhere where I was just thinking, I'm overcoming this setback a millionfold. That's what I said, word for word. I'll overcome this setback a millionfold. I may have explained this in the past and what the event, I may have explained the event and what I went through. That meant I thought those thoughts, but just not right now. I want a lot more time to pass before I recall it. But yeah, I was thinking I'm gonna overcome this setback a millionfold. now I'm doing it in ways that many people might not have, in reference to the event I'm talking about. I've improved my family, the relationship I have with my family very recently, these past few days or so, like drastically improved it. I said I love you to my dad for the first time in potentially years. I gave my family hugs. And because of that, I'm watching videos on parenting courses, which is another thing. I bought parenting courses recently. Yeah, it's made me change my mindset as to how I think about dating. I just impulsively have thoughts of having sex, but now I don't really. But I have had dreams of sexual activity, like literally dreams of sexual activity last night. And then in that same dream, I thought about living in a place that was nearby where we currently live. But I was then saying, oh, I could go to this area, in that area, which is a far way away. Potentially because I want to live in that area, this area that's far away subconsciously now. Maybe. And I've had thoughts of actually, like for example, during a Plank Day video, taking a picture of the train station in the area I live in. Once I've moved out. Also taking a picture of where I was raised and where I'm from. And now I just go around taking many pictures of me and stations so that you know what the area is, where it is I am when we're making the Plank Journey videos. Too many things to mention have gone down. Too many things have happened. Like some dark things have happened. Unfortunate things have happened. Even recently, unfortunate things have happened. But we just keep moving, we keep on improving and growing from these situations, which I'd say I really have done. I mean, there are also other things that are going on in my life which I'm thinking about right now that are completely unrelated to the Plank Journey and what I set myself, which I'm not going to talk about on camera. That's none of your business. How I go about the day has changed. Instead of trying to set myself so many things, like 10 to 15 things to do a day, I set my days in three main blocks, and then one thing to do at the start of the day, like pre-starting the day, which is natural stimulation like gratitude and reading. Then I'll do the 3 main blocks, and then I could do some more reading and some cubing. That's how I've set the day out, instead of trying to do like 15 things in a day and then not doing any of them. Not being able to do any of them, but just not having the mental capacity to be able to go at such a level compared to the level I was at. This level that I've made for myself now, where I have the natural stimulation of gratitude, writing things down that I feel grateful for, and reading to begin the day, and then the 3 main blocks, working through PT plans, and then planning out improving my finances, and then becoming the safest and smoothest driver I can be. And then the end thing to go down with is reading and cubing. It's so much easier to go through the day, even though I may not do everything like cubing. I haven't done cubing in a while. Rubik's cubes, that is, I'm talking about. It's much easier and more productive for me to go through things that way. I say productive because I have plans and they allow me to stay further on track with these plans. I must say, on a side note, I really did not expect this video to look like how it's looking like, where I've got this small cup, where I've got this thing covering me. But in life, some things, they don't turn out exactly how you visualize them. But I do feel comfortable though, except my coccyx, even though I've laid the sock flat out. Oh, no. Yeah. That's better. Okay. What else has gone down in the space of 5 months? I've learned how to do new things. Forward rolls, double unders, and I'm learning how to do L-sits. I've also worked towards achieving the crow pose, which I haven't yet done. So even with exercise, I've learned new things. That's literally one of the main purposes of the journey. My mindset on money has changed as well. I'm not thinking about having money come in the account for just having money come in the account's sake. And I think of it as having money come in, not earning money, but having money come in. I've changed my wording now. I didn't make up a specific reason as to why I've done this, but I just looked down upon me saying earning money. But if I were to explain why, and to take the time to explain why, I'd have to make a reason up now, and that would be saying earning money is almost like you have to work for it. You can't enjoy how you have money come in. Like, it's not fun, it's work. I'd rather not think like that. I'd rather have money come in ways due to me doing things that I enjoy. Even if that sometimes means that I feel mentally overstimulated. Even if I didn't do this, I'd feel mentally overstimulated anyway. So this is something I'm willing to accept. But ways I can improve. My storage is gonna run out, so I'm gonna really work through actually the other side. Ways I can improve. Talking to more people. I'm only talking to people in the gym, outside of my family. Making progress in all aspects that I've decided to make progress in. The PT plans, the improving my finances, and becoming the safest and smoothest driver I can be. I can further progress, not necessarily improve, but progress by passing my practical driving test. I've done the theory test twice now, and it's still valid. My second theory test is still valid. Purchase the course and not only have something part-time, but work towards other business moves which I've been thinking of doing, like actually make progress in them. For instance, put myself in a position where I've made my first sale on Amazon KDP journals, and create the gig that I have on Fiverr to such a standard where people actually want to look into it and ask me questions. I can't control whether they want an order, but I can control how appealing it looks. Yeah, PT plans, purchase the course, planning and improving finances, improve financial literacy and have money come in. I could certainly improve in these ways. Yeah, becoming the safest and smoothest driver I can be. Practical test, pass the practical test. And I've got ways that I can do that. No, I planned it out, like going on dual carriageways and motorways with my dad. Learning to tell me questions and the theory, and making sure I know all of the maneuvers. When I do that, oh, I'm there. I'm there passing the test. And then from there, because that's not the end point and there's only a checkpoint, I'll move on to taking like the Pass Plus and the advanced driving courses. These are the ways that I can improve now. I'd also say learn more, just learn more about life, read a lot more, learn how to learn. I need a healthy balance between consumption and creating. Hence, I'd be consuming through reading things that matter to me, like having money come in and being able to focus. Making sure that I know about human anatomy to be able to help me pass the PT exams as a part of having PT courses in full swing. My mum gave me these, which is rather interesting. Yeah. They are old, basically as old, literally as old as me, but they're just untouched, hence they look rather new. Like the pages don't look bent in that. Like this one doesn't look new, but this one looks fairly new. Like it's been bought a few months ago, when in reality, it's as old as me, if not older. Or maybe even slightly younger. But yeah, I've got many ways to improve, especially social connections. I don't have a problem with speaking to people, that's not what it is. What I want to work on is speaking to more people. I certainly can improve my conversation skills, not in a sense of trying to become more interesting. No, I'm not talking about that. In my opinion, I already have substance with doing what it takes to improve my life. I have things to talk about. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about talking to people in a responsive way, I've decided to call it, rather than in a reactive way. Like carry on practicing the art of not being so quick to speak once someone's finished what they're saying. I've noticed that everyone in my family does this. They are very quick to speak after the person after the person that's speaking to them has finished. I'm not doing that so much now. Because that's the case, I'm now giving myself time to that is automatically allowing me to have time to think about what I want to say, if anything, during like serious conversations and just normal conversations. Like one of my sisters giving me unsolicited advice about how I could go about getting work. I don't want work, I want something that I enjoy, that just so happens to mean that I have money coming in because of it. And that, in order to do that, in my opinion, I've got to do part-time and have other sources of income coming in, along with working towards becoming a PT, having PT sessions in full swing, and PT programs, both weightlifting and calisthenics, in full swing. Having a clothing line related to the plank journey, and that, like, a warehouse job could help me get insight as to how warehouses work, and outside of that, I'd imagine the packing jobs would mean I use very minimal mental energy on that job, which I wouldn't do if it were a customer service job, which I know from experience, which would then mean that I spend less mental energy on the job itself, but on the long-term plans. I stay on track with the long-term plans. So I think that's why I go for something very basic like that. Not only to be able to learn about warehouses, because I'm thinking of having my own merchandise, but also because, like, outside of that, once I've learned about that, I'd then be able to use a lot more mental energy on thinking about the PT stuff and just improving my life in general. If there's anything that this period of 5 months has taught me, it's taught me that you can achieve a lot in the space of 5 months. It may not sound like it to people who haven't actually made the effort and who are just starting and thinking about wanting to make a start, like stage 0 sort of people. That's not an issue, but staying that way is. That's what I think. But these stage 0 people, again, that's not an issue if you're there, but it's an issue to stay there. Because that means that you want to make progress in your life and you know you can, but you're just not. Don't do it to yourself. Instead, why not make everyday videos in which you progress in whatever you want to progress in? Just like how I am. That's what I'd say. Instead of just saying don't do it, what do you do instead? There you go. Everyday videos to be able to actually make progress. And then if you need some time off, schedule videos to upload every day, even if it's a short clip where you're just putting faces in that. That will mean that you're not only not breaking the streak, but you've also you're working behind the scenes. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, this 5 months in my life has shown me that things can completely switch. Things can completely, like, extremely, drastically switch in the space of 5 months. Drastically switch in the space of 5 months. How I talk, how I think, they all drastically changed. Like with the money, with the dating, for example, I now believe I'm not, at least as much, having thoughts about sex impulsively. The act of sex impulsively, because I have all the love and support that I need for my family, and I understand that I can have that and live life on my own terms. As for physical touch, I have that already. I give my family hugs. It may not sound like much, but from personal experience, trust me, it does help. And also, not being so quick to speak drastically helps. Basically, immediately. I was thinking of clicking when I said that, almost immediately. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but it was just on my brain. So I may as well say it to get to get it out there. But yeah, this period has shown me that things can drastically change in the space of 5 months, and that there will be way too many changes to mention in the space of 5 months. So by the end of the year, things would have drastically changed. Big time. But let's see where we are. I'm expecting my financial situation, the PT plans, and the becoming the safest and smoothest driver I can be situation to have drastically progressed. By that time, I've passed my practical driving test, I've purchased the course, and I've maybe even passed the level 2, and I'm on the way to level 3, and my financial situation is much improved. And just generally outside of these 3 aspects of life, like my ability to read and learn, and my ability to learn is also drastically improved. But yeah, things are going to change even more drastically in the space of 6 months. I don't know how much, in the space of 5 months, and by the end of the year. In the space of 5 months, by the end of October, and by the end of the year on New Year's Day 2022. I want to say I can't wait, but I'm gonna have to. But when it comes, I know I'm gonna like it. It's gonna exceed my expectations for sure. Because again, there'll be way too many changes to mention. I didn't think I'd get this far in my life through just making plank videos at the start like how I did. We're on the way to bigger and better things. Now, let's see where we're at by the end of the year. And in 5 months' time, by late October, and by the end of the year. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something valuable, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. You can change a lot in the space of 5 months, and I now understand that. Too many things to mention. And the same thing's gonna happen just in different ways by the end of October. Peace out.